Hello, everyone. Welcome to Comic News. I am your wonderful host, Duke. And I'm, of course, with my good partner in crime.
Yes, hello. I am the real Manos. What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know. I was just in some weird role there. Sorry. It's always fun to open this as weird as possible.
Hello, I'm Vincent Price.
You better be riding a roller coaster, Vincent Price. Which is the greatest image I've ever seen of him ever.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, that would be funny. I've seen him do cooking shows and stuff back in the day.
Now we're going to put the nutmeg in.
Did you know, cool fact, did you know he had a line of art that you could buy in Sears?
No.
He was such a big fan of art. He wanted to give like fledgling artists mainstream acceptance. So what he had an agreement with Sears that art he would choose, from up and coming artists that he hoped. You could buy this stuff in Sears. It was called the Vincent Price Collection.
That just sounds like that shouldn't exist when you say it out loud. The Vincent Price Collection at Sears.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of cool crap in it. That guy is like the best. And I was just thinking the other day, speaking of Price, I'm not sure why I'm talking about Price all of a sudden. And Lindsay bought a box set of his movies. And I was thinking, how he played Egghead on the old Batman show?
Yes, because we have to crack this case.
Yes. It had actually his character made less puns than Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze. And
here's the thing. I think all the characters in that show made less puns than him.
That is true. And but I was thinking, wouldn't it have been cool if Ra's al Ghul was created before the Adam West show, and he would have played Ra's al Ghul?
Oh, that would be awesome.
How awesome would a Vincent Price Ra's al Ghul have been? Even a more campier version.
Now I'm just imagining a campy version of Ra's al Ghul. How the hell would that work?
I don't know.
I'm guessing the League of Assassins would have like bright colored ninja outfits, like purple.
Yeah, they would say their names on their shirts.
Yeah, and and the thing is though, for some reason I'm imagining just Ra's al Ghul saying egg puns now. I know, but you're making me thinking of Vincent Price and Egghead, and I only know like maybe 2 lines, but I love that.
Although him as a serious Ra's al Ghul would have been badass.
Oh, of course. I think I've seen like one Vincent Price movie, and I can't even remember what it was.
Okay.
I never found it was like on some channel. I couldn't figure out the title of it because for some reason.
Can you remember what was happening in it?
No, it was a long time ago.
Was it black and white or color?
I think it was black and white. Yeah, it was black and white.
And it could have been either The Tingler, Last Man on Earth, or House on Haunted Hill, which gets played all the fucking time.
It could be anything because I literally remember nothing.
You should check out his Dr. Fives films. He did 2 of those.
I will do that. Because I've been taking suggestions from my friends on what to read and watch lately. I'm sometime gonna read all of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy now that my friend Sarah badgered me to do it. And I'll do that, and I have a million things I need to do.
I know.
Yeah, to give you a thrilling look into my life at community college, I had to make a website about gorillas. And the thing that pissed me off the most, I could not use the walking gorilla clip. The teacher wouldn't let me.
Ah!
I was like, that was the saving grace for me actually wanting to do this project. But we haven't gotten that far into like streaming video yet. So
Oh no, that would have
even
been
though
great.
I could just randomly put it in here in the video to cheer myself up. Which
Yeah, that would be better.
I've probably done that by now, knowing future me. Future Duke is evil.
So, news?
Yeah, we do that. So, Manos, you know those awesome number ones DC put out last September?
Yeah, they were the best thing ever.
Well, they're doing something for this September that's fucking mind-blowing that I don't think DC's ever done before. They're putting out, now hold on to your seat, Manos.
Yeah.
0 issues.
What? Is it 1992 already?
Exactly.
Cool, let's put on some Nirvana.
I made that same joke where I'm like, oh cool, they're doing 0. Oh wait, I'm not in 1992.
Yes. Yeah, I've read about this too. I guess to help fill in the backstory of all the what the fucks they've created with new... What's that?
Does that mean with Suicide Squad we'll see why Amanda Waller got so skinny?
Yeah, she went on a huge diet workout. And she also de-aged herself, too.
The whole issue's just her going to fat camp and getting some weird medications.
Oh, man. I would... that's... Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I thought of that.
I know. That would be... Yeah, I would love to see that explanation. Oh.
Not it's time to action to start her working out.
The thing that offends me about that... well, that's actually a few things that offend me about suddenly hot, skinny Amanda Waller, is that, yeah, that was what they needed to help sell the book.
We needed to make Amanda Waller sexy, damn it.
Yeah, that's what was keeping those fans from reading the book.
Because having a woman that may possibly look this body type, those don't exist, obviously.
No, they don't exist anymore. I don't think I've seen one fat woman in the new DCU. Etta Candy is now a skinny black woman, and based kind of on this is what's hilarious. This is what DC does all the time. They like you do whatever in your film version, and then they'll completely do it. And the Wonder
Woman made her
pilot,
look like the Etta Candy from the pilot.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman pilot that didn't even air.
To be fair, because I've seen that pilot, and I honestly think Wonder Woman's the real villain of it because she's fucking insane.
Yeah, she is evil. Yeah,
there are literally times where I fear for Etta Candy. There's a point where she tries to correct Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman looks at Candy, and she has this look of fear that I'm sure was unintentional by the actress, but dear God, the fear in her heart.
Yeah, and but yeah, there's I guess we'll see that from Amanda Waller. Let's see, they just recently filled in the blanks on Harley Quinn's ridiculous new look, and I don't know, something else.
I think I've let go of Harley Quinn.
As far as I'm concerned, Harley Quinn is dead.
Yeah, I'm on that.
That character is dead. She is gone, and there's some new character that's named Harley Quinn.
Actually, I had this joke a while back where it's like, that's not Harley Quinn. That's the lame 90s replacement that came 2 decades late. It is. It literally came to me. I'm like, dear God, that does look like an awful replacement they would come up with in the 90s.
Yeah. Or it looks like any cosplayer trying to figure out what a Nolan Harley Quinn would look like.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, she would look like this, right? Okay, let's put in the comic.
She would look like a really trashy clown whore, of course.
That will definitely live up to the character. Yes.
Yep.
Because that's the thing about Harley. She wasn't sexy at all.
No.
Yeah, not at all. No one thought that was hot. So let's
not at all. Even though there's
make her
a good
let's make her attractive
out there. There's a good 100 fanfics out there that prove that theory.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Man, Paul Dini has accidentally created a new fetish for this past generation.
And if anyone
character.
read Zatanna, that makes sense with Paul Dini because he's into kinky shit. If you read,
I think he is into kinky shit. Well, there's a lot of comic creators that are. I mean, just read their works.
Bruce Timm.
I mean, Frank.
Bruce
I mean,
Timm.
I know. I can probably point out a few fetishes that, like Frank Miller and Chris Claremont have just by reading their books.
Actually,
they're really obvious.
I got a good example. Bruce Timm just a few months back put out an art book filled with like nude pinups of women he's drawn.
Yeah,
exactly. It's hilarious considering that guy made a kid show. Several kids
he's
shows.
also an artist.
Yeah.
I actually looked through that book, and Gullum March has a similar book out.
I heard about that. Yeah.
And what's so weird, if you compare them, they're so different. Even though they both contain naked women, like Bruce Timm's are classier and kind of hotter, and like Gullum Marches are almost like them squatting, doing everything they can to have their vaginas out and stuff like that.
So what you're telling me
it's just so night and day about what these two artists think are sexy.
So what you're telling me is Bruce Timm made the Playboy of art books, while March made the
Hustler.
The Hustler, yeah.
There's a strike, yeah. There's a big difference in Hustler and Playboy, the way they present naked women.
Yeah.
And they're both more classy than DC Comics.
But it's bad for all of our viewers who are under 18 and somehow have not snuck a Playboy or a Hustler in yet. Because there is a difference.
Yeah, all right. Well, we've gotten a little off track here, but I mean, they're doing these zero issues, and let's see. I mean, it's great. I mean, I guess they couldn't. I guess it's just amazing. Like they're doing the exact same things over again. And every time I hear someone say, this is going to be historic and this is historic, I'm going to punch them in the throat. Because it's not historic.
Do not use that hashtag to promote future comic news videos.
Yes, they've done it and done it and done it. They're doing the same things over again. And in some cases, they're great stuff. But it's like, don't pretend you haven't done this before, or don't pretend they haven't done this before, So I guess we'll see probably how that miracle happened that made Barbara Gordon walk again.
That might be worth seeing in either in a maybe it's done real well way, or it's a awful botched way, which I doubt because it's probably going to be Gail Simone again. And
well, it's taken Gail Simone probably almost a year to figure out how she's walking.
Yeah, I've been hearing decent things about that book still. So
me too. I don't care. I'm not reading it.
Yeah, I know. I just it's sold like a lot of the books. It sold out, and my shop never got like a second or third printing that they didn't leave for people to look at. So I never got onto that book at all.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm willing to wager Gail Simone was told Barbara Gordon is Batgirl again. Do it. And it's like, oh, okay, how's she walking again? Fuck, I don't know. Miracle, type. And I'll just figure it out later.
And then Barbara Gordon found a bag of magic beads.
And then she swallowed them.
And started to walk. It was amazing.
I mean, why? I don't know. I mean, it's fucking DC. Why don't she just find a genie? I mean, you got Mr. Mxyzptlk in the DC universe. I mean, just any weird ass thing.
I don't know because I got the second volume set, the DVD set of Superman animated series that has the first Mixie episode.
Yeah.
Just from watching that, I'm pretty sure he'd screw it up somehow, but he'll say his name backwards before he performs it, and she has to wait a few months.
Well, not that one.
Well, not that one. Are you sure? Because that's the one I love. I love that one. The one who constantly ignores his smoking hot girlfriend because he has to defeat Superman.
Yeah, well, I mean, how big can his penis be? So, I mean, maybe there's that.
Now that we've put that horrifying thought into everyone's mind, including my own, damn you.
Yep.
Job well done. Here it comes. Okay, so someone wanted us to cover this. It's
actually I wanted to as well. I was hoping we would.
Oh, obviously, because this is apparently going to mean something when it happens.
Yes, it will mean something.
I'm sorry. Like, as much as I like events, sometimes you have to just be that cynical.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, DC is going to be doing this event called Trinity War, which...
Da-da-da-da!
Exactly. It sounds like something that deserves that theme song. And we know a little about it besides they're going to tease it in the upcoming Free Comic Book Day issue that they're giving out, which is only a few weeks away. Can't wait. Love Free Comic Book Day. And let's see here. From the look of it, which, by the way, it features this awesome-looking gatefold cover by Jim Lee.
Which is...
them defeating things.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just fighting random characters.
That looks like Element Girl, or Element Woman. Hawkman. I don't know.
Wow,
Captain Marvel in the back.
Yeah, I'm from the looks of it, like the
Black Adam.
Yeah, it's that part of that team from Flashpoint, which who knows how that. By the way, I'm just looking at this page spread. Dear fucking God, there are 4 artists on this thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Ivan Reese, Joe. Yeah.
But anyway, back to what it is. It's apparently some event setting on now this is the most original name I've heard, Trinity of Evil. Exactly.
That's like evil 3 times.
Dear God. What are we going to do, Manos? They're going to come after us next.
It's like 3 really bitchy high school girls.
No! Yeah, and one of them's going to be Pandora, or as we all know, that weird purple lady who was appearing in all the first issues.
That's right. Hey, Criswell predicted that was going to happen.
Yes. What will this entail? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm not going to say I don't care. By the way, I'm looking at this statement, and they've redacted, like, 50 words. From, yeah. Dear God.
It's like a CIA memo.
It is. I was like, I'm surprised Witch wasn't censored. Dear, like not the creepy, I want your dog too, Witch, the, like, whatever of Witch, Pandora, blah, blah, blah. You'll see it. But anyway. Yeah. I'm sure people will lose their minds over it. Maybe even me.
Quick, are you going to read it?
Yeah, I'll probably get the Free Comic Book Day thing. I usually always get the DC and Marvel stuff. Especially because the way my comic shop did it last year was weird, but it worked. All the big popular stuff, the Marvel, DC, a few Dark Horse ones, and an Image one, they basically took like 8 of the issues, the ones that they knew were the most anticipated, put them in bags and just gave them to you at the door because you were already waiting in line.
Yeah.
And then just let you choose, or even take out and trade, because they usually have a limit of 12 or 10, depending. And they might do that again, because that really did work out. It was a really, because the year before that, it literally took me a fucking hour to get free comics.
Woo.
And that was after they opened the doors and the line was moving.
Oof. Because
people are so fucking picky, and they were trying to find their issue, even though it was literally in front of their face. They had the urge to ask, where's the issue? It's right there. Where is it? I will kill you. Uh, they had exaggerated stories of that when they because I asked them about it the week after. But I'm definitely gonna get it. It's free. Why not?
Well, I mean, I'll get the free one, yeah.
What it leads to, I want to see how they promote it and if they build it up. It's Jeff. If Jeff Johns is involved, he'll build it up. So
Oh, yeah, you know it.
yeah, and which I tend to like that stuff. Looking for like the Green Lantern trades, the stuff that was leading up to Sinestro Corps, I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And and again, you don't need to read it like to get it, but it's cool to see that, especially since because someone asked, how come Scarecrow didn't get the Yellow Ring in Sinestro Corps War? Well, there was literally an issue where the ring was about to get to him. Guy Gardner took it and flew away.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an inch away from him, and he just plucked it and boom.
Okay, let me read this if you don't mind. Let's see. Magic. They're punished by a seven gods. If there was a group referred to as the Trinity of Sin, this group includes Pandora, Redacted, and Redacted.
Not redacted.
I know. Is this going to also be about the lack of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? I have no idea why. The Rock of Eternity, a council of the powerful wizards, thanks Jeff Johns, sentences them to Redacted. This may have something to do with DC's Trinity War, but I'm not sure. Maybe Pandora, Redacted, and Redacted versus Wonder Woman, Superman.
I'm calling them that. I don't care if they actually tell us who they are. I'm calling them Redacted.
Yep. I don't know. I've heard it. I follow Fedora's Tumblr. And he had now I don't know how reliable this is, but he posted that he discovered on Bleeding Cool that one of these was the Question and Vic Sage.
I saw that too, but again, that sounds shaky.
So yeah, because he has nothing ever to do with any of this stuff. So that's really fucking random. So
the only two things that ever stood out, that legitimately stood out, was his role in 52, because it was 52, even though some people may haven't even known Question was in there. And he had a decent impact on Justice League Unlimited.
Unlimited, yeah.
That's it.
I don't know. I mean, we'll soon see which Question they eventually bring back.
They bring back a new one.
Don't do that. Oh my God.
That looks like the style of Harley Quinn, a 90s character that came 2 decades too late.
God. Well, they still haven't decided on this, whether it's going to be Renee Montoya back or Vic Sage back.
And with how random they've been making their decisions lately, they could do whatever one. I would just go with it now.
Yeah. Well, I'm betting on Vic Sage. I'm willing to wager they'll bring him back.
Again, it could go either way.
Yeah. But I don't know about him being involved with this. Maybe that was, I don't know if that was leaked on purpose to put people off the right track. I don't know. One of them has to be the Phantom Stranger. Because there's that scene with him and Pandora. So it's obviously, to me, it has to be him and some third person.
The Spectre?
I don't know, I guess.
That'd be a little too on the nose if it's him and Phantom Stranger, but who knows?
Well, he hasn't shown up yet, has he?
Not to my knowledge, unless he showed up in some book I'm not reading.
Yeah. Hey, out there, if you've seen the Phantom, not the Phantom, if you've seen the Spectre, let us know.
If you've seen the Phantom in DC Comics, alert the proper authorities. There's a copyright infringement.
Yeah. There's a terrible comic character running through DC.
Oh,
I hate the Phantom.
I know nothing about the character, so I'm not going to make a statement.
I think he's an awful character, and I've never liked him, and I think he's stupid, and his movies suck too.
I tried to watch that sci-fi miniseries, but I got bored.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had a sci-fi miniseries too. It's like no one wants to see. They keep trying, but no one wants to see him. No one cares. He looks ridiculous, and he hangs out in the jungle where no one goes.
Well, to be fair, Brian Michael Bendis thought it'd be good to do that for 3 issues in Secret Invasion, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a different...
I know, I wanted to make that joke, sorry. So,
yeah.
We're going to talk about something that I'm pretty sure neither of us will care about.
That's true. I don't.
Yeah, I really don't either. Ethan Van Sciver is going to leave Fury of Firestorm. Oh,
no!
Oh! No!
He made book!
Yeah, sure. Leaving leaving whoever the hell's co-writing it with him currently to take on it all on his own. Oh no, what a burden. What a shame. Fake
I'll do it. I'll write it.
Why is he calling himself Red Knight? This doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. That's crazy. Well, look how buffed out he looks. What the fuck is this? Is this new? Has he looked like this since the reboot?
No.
Oh, wait. Is that the... Maybe I should read this.
It won't tell you. I read it before.
Because he looks like one of the monitors?
Or, I don't know. I know no one reading this book.
Or Ghost Rider? I didn't know. Take a look at his face. He looks kind of skull-like.
Who? Can we focus on the actual story?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he's leaving the book. He's apparently going to do some Green Lantern, which he wasn't really my favorite artist on the book at all. I liked Ivan Reis more than anything. And apparently he's going to be working on an original graphic novel. What exactly? I have no idea, of course. They don't say.
Well, it doesn't even say if he's doing it for DC, but I assume he will. Yeah,
there's some... I don't even know. Again, like, he's not a bad artist. He's a decent artist. He's
good. I like him.
But I just don't get wowed over him. That's just about it. Not to mention he's one of those artists that takes forever, so who knows if he'll actually finish this graphic novel or even finish his Green Lantern stint.
I'm sure he will.
Hey, Flash Rebirth. It took you like what? Almost a year to get finished, right? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, because he was the artist on that. Even though it didn't help that they extended it another issue.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was odd.
Well, as long as he doesn't work on the book with Kevin Smith, I think he should be fine.
Next week, that's going to be announced that there's going to be a giant egg on our face.
Oh, I'll be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith and Ethan Van Sciver work on something.
Comic Book Men, the comic.
Oh.
I knew that was the reaction I was going to get from you.
Oh, man. All right. Before I vomit, let's move on to the next story. Which
I will let you take.
All right. Hey, everybody. Chris Roberson quits DC Comics. Huh? What? That sucks. The science fiction comic book writer Chris Roberson tweeted, having an afternoon cocktail to celebrate the end of my time at DC Comics. Let's see. Aside from the Fairest arc I've already committed to doing, iZombie will be the last time I ever write for DC. So he has talked about how he's had some real issues with the way the company's being run. And he, decided to stop working on iZombie, which is his book. So, he leaves and that's it. And I've heard recently that DC Comics went, no, you're not quitting. We're firing you.
So and kicked him off of his planned arc for Fairest.
Yeah.
Which is, both links are here. The upside is on the Fairest thing, he got paid for it.
That's good.
But he has of course, no one knows what the hell they're going to do with it. He assumes they're just not going to publish it. Just give it to the janitor to test his new paper shredder on.
Mm. And let's see. Bill Willingham, who is the creator of the Fables universe, he also tweeted, "Not decided by me. I will work with Chris Robinson anytime, any place."
Sorry about that, folks. Small technical glitch. Anyway, Manos, you were talking about Bill Willingham working with Roberson.
Yeah, he was tweeting that the decision had nothing to do with him. He didn't make it, and he would work with Chris Robinson anytime. I've been following Robinson's career ever since I started reading iZombie, and I happen to know they're pretty good friends. They're pretty tight, and they're creatively tight too. Because Willingham, I don't think he's let anybody else write in that universe
besides Matt Sturges, who
Matt
co-wrote
Sturges.
with him. Yeah,
that's right. But yeah, I mean, he's not too comfortable with other people playing around in that universe, and he is totally cool with Robinson doing it. They get along very well, and so
I think
that's really too bad.
I think Roberson was the first writer to write a spin-off like on his own, because, like I said, it was Sturges, but Willingham co-wrote it with him still.
Well, I don't think he wrote the first Cinderella miniseries. I think he wrote the second one.
No, he wrote for both of them. That was his debut. That was the thing that got him recognition.
Oh, hold on.
I think so, anyway.
Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay. Did Chris Robinson write both Cinderella miniseries? Oh, okay, good. All right, thanks. Yes, you were right.
Haha, I win.
That's right. Lindsay is the expert. She reads Fables in every spin-off that comes out from it.
I jumped on Ferris, by the way. I like the first two issues.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get into that whole thing, but again, it's huge.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Although what comic universe isn't?
I know, but
these days.
Yeah, but again, it's cool. The series went past the 100 issues. I can see why, but still, it's daunting.
And that's an achievement, let me tell you.
Yeah, and I have no excuse not to, dive headfirst into something giant. I watch classic Doctor Who, for fuck's sake. But that's easier. You can just jump in anywhere. I've been told a lot of the times you want to start from the beginning with Fables.
Yeah, that would be good. But, I mean, it doesn't take that long to collect all that stuff.
Yeah, true. That's cheaper and easier than collecting all of Doctor Who, which is impossible because a good chunk of it's still missing. But anyway, it's a bit of a shame because I was really loving the iZombie trades.
Oh, I know. I'm so disappointed. I was such a big fan of that series, and I'm gonna miss it. I don't know. I really, really dug the series, and I will read whatever he does. Hopefully, he'll continue to write comics. He was actually fairly new to comics.
Yeah, that's another thing I did think of when I heard he quit, or quote unquote got fired, whatever the hell you want to spin it as now.
Yeah, he got fired after he quit.
Yeah,
which is too bad. I mean, I've talked to him at the Heroes Con convention last year, and the guy couldn't be nicer. I mean, he's such a cool guy, and I follow him on Twitter, and sometimes he answers tweets too. By the way, he does this neat thing where he gets together with his followers on Twitter, and they watch an old movie, usually a bad movie, and they kind of tweet their reactions, almost Mystery Science Theater style. And that's really cool. I've done that with him twice, actually.
I saw, I watched one of them, one of the ones you were involved with. You were doing the Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I couldn't resist that one. So he posted a link on, where to watch it online. Mm-hmm. And we went, and that was fun. That is terrible.
It is. I've seen it.
You've seen it? It's really bad. And by the way, did I tell you? I was a kid in 1970. What was it? When it aired? 78, 77? It was 78, I think. I think I was 7 years old. And I hadn't seen Star Wars yet. But I saw the holiday special.
What's your first exposure to Star Wars?
My first exposure to Star Wars Was the holiday special, yes.
Oh, that is the greatest jumping on point. Learning about Life Day, man. That's what you need to do. I'm sorry, that's gonna have me giggling for a while now.
When I did get to see Star Wars, not that long afterwards, I did wonder where his family was. Like Chewbacca's family. Like, hey, they're not in the movie.
I missed them. Which, of course, I don't think anyone's ever said after seeing that special.
No kidding.
Yeah. But back to Roberson.
Oh, yeah.
Again, it good talent. It's a shame that he's ending iZombie so abruptly. But again, we'll keep an eye out for him. We'll probably report the first thing he does comic wise. And he'll probably write a series or be a part of some franchise you and me give no shits about, but we'll at least try and pretend to be interested because it's him.
I'm trying to think, what could he write? I'm thinking about Marvel and I don't know. He's a really good writer with women, by the way. So I don't know if Marvel wants to revive She-Hulk, he would be fantastic.
Since they're probably already considering it with the movie coming out, what about Black Widow?
Oh yeah. Oh jeez, he'd do an awesome Black Widow.
Make it happen, Marvel.
Yeah, hire Chris Robinson to do Black Widow right now.
You listen to us, right? No, you haven't started yet? Crap.
Damn.
Someday that'll happen. Someday. So, now what? We could talk about Sin City 2 finally happening.
Yeah.
We missed it like last week, I think, but we had a lot of news that week, so.
Yeah. Now that Frank Miller has nothing to do besides bitch at hippies on his lawn, it's time to get back to work on Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For. And let's see, it's going to be... Actually, this has been discussed already. It's going to be using Dame to Kill For as the big kind of... the big bulk of the film is going to be Dame to Kill For. And then they're connecting a couple other short stories. I think one or both of them are going to be written new for the film.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Rosario Dawson is back. And I love Rosario Dawson. Oh, I am pissed that she's not a bigger star. Because I think she's...
Were you pissed that she was in The Zookeeper? With Kevin James?
Oh, yeah. It's like, she deserves better than that. That's bullshit.
We all need a paycheck, I guess. We all need to eat.
Yeah. Hey, her career is better than mine.
True. To be fair, you'd still say no to a movie with Kevin James.
I would do it.
What do you want me to do? You want me to eat shit? Okay.
Okay. Oh, you want me to fuck this chimp? Okay.
Paycheck's a paycheck.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, and what's that? The chimp's gonna be voiced by Adam Sandler. Okay.
All right. Oh, this is an thank God, this is an animatronic one. Okay.
What do you mean this is just the practice one? You're gonna bring in a real one. And what do you mean I have to work with a horse voiced by Sylvester Stallone, which is real, by the way, in that movie? How desperate was he that day?
Pretty desperate.
Yeah, I thought he got his career back on track after Balboa, but no.
No. That wasn't exactly that big of a hit. His Expendables movie, I think, is sort of his comeback.
Well, yeah, that movie. Well, first off, a lot of angry Scott Pilgrim fans will burn that movie to the ground. I won't, because I saw both those movies the same day.
Yeah, it is possible.
It is possible. But also Mickey Rourke's back in Sin City to Kill For. Can't even call it 2. You have to say the subtitle because it's awesome.
Marv will live.
Yay.
In flashback stories. Actually, they did a whole bunch of little mini stories. They during the 90s, they did a couple of like one-shots that had like 2 or 3 different like 5-page short stories. I'm sure we'll see one of those or 2 of those or something like that.
Maybe it's one of like the new material they're writing for it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. It's been such a long time since I've seen the first movie.
I know, me too. Well, just you got things to do.
That, and I only rented it, and I can't. For some reason, I just can't watch that movie with commercials. I get out of the mood to wait for the commercial to end, especially with how fucking long commercials are now.
That's true. Actually, that's not a bad point, because, the film has such a pace.
Exactly. Like, it's one of those movies.
The pace of the film is ruined by commercials.
Mm-hmm. I had that problem trying to watch Clerks late night once.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have thought that would have been a big deal.
I don't know. The commercials just kept like, you know what, screw it. I'll just wait for the DVR to end, and I'll skip for the commercials after it's done, because it could just be more and more. I can't stand watching ads and even like ads sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
Especially because I never saw the movie before then. So I think my anticipation to watch it was just getting buzzkilled by ads every 5 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the thing. Oh, yeah, it's uncensored. It's also loaded to the brim with ads. So you win, even though you don't. So...
All right, let's go to some Marvel news. What do you say?
I'm fine by that. It's all relating to Iron Man 3. Because, and by the way, this is poor thinking on my part. When I said, tell us if we missed anything from, like, news-wise, everyone kept telling us the week after that show, because I posted, like, on a Wednesday, Friday. So, note to self, never do that anymore because of how out of sync the show is. But one of the things people kept someone asked, 2 people asked, was about, you guys didn't mention Ben Kingsley and Guy Pearce. That's amazing, because that was announced today. You wrote this comment, or at least Guy Pearce was. I think Kingsley was last week, but I don't remember.
It may have been. I wasn't paying much attention.
And again, my excuse was loaded to the brim with news last week. At least I thought. So anyway, they're both in talk. Kingsley is in talks. I think Pearce is confirmed.
Who is Pearce playing?
He's playing a character. Aldrich Killian.
I would trust someone named Aldrich Killian.
What are you telling me that Killian portrayed us? That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
I'm trying to see if he's even real.
Next, you're going to say Steve Murders People is going to do something wrong.
Murders People, get in here. You're a member of this force.
Good. We can trust Steve Murders People.
Well, the character was in Extremis. That's another thing. Apparently, the third movie is going to be based on the Extremis arc.
Okay.
I have not read since I got the trade years ago, but I do remember liking it.
I think in that one he fights snowboarders or something, right?
No.
Okay.
That's extremism.
Oh, okay.
There's the M. Your letters and titles.
He fights a guy with sunglasses and a baseball cap, on backwards.
He fights like every villain from every sports movie from the 90s. It's amazing. It's done by the greatest creators of all time. You should check it out.
Yeah, and Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, his first role was in this somehow.
Yeah.
Even though it was a comic book. But he was an extremist, and that's just from Googling it right now. I don't remember anything about the book besides the armor and the idea of extremist, which I'm vague on right now.
Is that when Pepper became Rescue, or was that a
different... No, this was years. This was in 2005.
Okay, wow.
This was this was like right before Civil War.
Okay,
or a year before Civil War.
I'm not that hardcore on my Iron Man history, so yeah, I guess
got it because the bonus features on the 2-disc version of the first movie, has this really good documentary about the history of the character, and they dedicated 5 straight minutes to this story arc because the armor, which was drawn and designed by Adi Greenoff, who would be a designer on the movie. That was kind of the suit you're used to seeing now, though they've changed it a bunch of times, of course. It's kind of really close to the movie one in a lot of ways.
Yeah, right now they're probably trying to keep a hold on that. Like, we got the movies, we got the comics, but let's kind of keep them sort of straight for a while.
Even though Marvel's getting kind of worse, at least with Iron Man on, because we mentioned how DC, as soon as they get a film or TV version of whatever the hell properties out there, they'll make the character look like that version.
They'll change it instantly. Like, Lois Lane always looks like whatever actress is playing her at the time. It's hilarious.
It is. Even though in Earth 1 she looked like Dexter's sister, not Dee Dee, but the Showtime show.
I remember when Lois and Clark came on, and Lois in the comics got her hair cut, and wow, she really did look like what's her name? Terry Hatcher, yeah.
And
it's like, wow, she went to the haircut and had her face changed too.
Apparently, the people with those scissors are really good.
That's an all-purpose salon.
It's a DNA mangling.
Bring a picture. It's like, oh, I want to look like this.
So I just had this I just remember this horrifying documentary I saw about plastic surgery. Sorry.
Oh, is there not a horrifying documentary on plastic surgery?
Even the one like the show they did on E, which made it all happy and yuppie, I still looked at it like it was a horror piece.
It is horror. Actually, it's even scarier if it's treated happily like that.
I'm gonna have my face cut open.
Yeah. Oh, I think MTV had one where the people wanted to look like a celebrity or something.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that made me want to rip my veins open and just blow my head off. I mean, it was horrible.
Is it still worse than the dating shows Fox made? Because I saw that tweet. I saw you tweet about that.
Well, those, to explain to everybody, now that we're completely off the subject.
We'll get back to it, but let's just go on this one.
I was watching the Fox 25th anniversary special.
As was I.
And they got to the section where they're talking about their reality and dating shows. And you know what? I didn't watch any of them. And I'd heard about them from time to time, but I really didn't pay too much attention at the time. But I didn't realize until I watched this montage, like, how fucking creepy the Fox Network dating shows were. They were really terrible. Like, I didn't even realize the one with the masks.
Yeah, my mom watched the premiere of that. And that was in a day where we only had one working TV, so whatever mom wanted to watch, unless you wanted to stare at a wall, you had to watch it with her, which I did.
I mean, that was like a horror movie.
It was. Not to mention the tricks they'd have to put, like, they would literally, because I remember the first episode somewhat vividly. There was literally a part where two of the contestants would win a challenge, and they would get to go in a room that's completely dark. And they would be able to take off their mask, but have her like blindfolded too, just in case. Like they made her wear like a sleep mask. It was like, even as a kid, I laughed at this.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I would have not been surprised if after they shut the door, you hear a gunshot. Like, oh my God, what happened?
We catch a firefly for this show.
But yeah, and then there was the what was it? Marry a Millionaire. Where
Joe Million. Oh, that one's still one of the...
No, not Joe Millionaire. The one where it was like a beauty pageant for some millionaire.
Oh, and yeah. Now I know he's talking about, yeah.
He was watching off camera or something, and they were doing all these beauty contests and shit like that. And it's like, and they were married, and they like married her and him at the end of the show. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? This is like the end of the world kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't know. It's like, wow, these were really awful shows. And, I don't even like stuff like that, ironically. I don't like to be one of those douchebags who go, oh, this is so terrible. I got it all TiVo'd and taped, and, I'm watching all of them. It's the worst thing ever. Yeah, I haven't missed an episode.
I'm not as extreme as that, but if it was on, I watched Rock of Love.
Ugh. I can't. I mean, really.
I know. I understand you. I get it. It is trash, but you know what? It's hilarious how awful a staged reality show can be sometimes.
I know, but here's the thing. My brain doesn't work the same way I guess a lot of people do watch these things. A lot of people like to watch these things and think they're so much better than the people on Rock of Love. I watch these shows and I go, all people everywhere are terrible.
I'm like
Men are
that too.
terrible. Women are terrible. Earthlings are terrible. Human beings are terrible. We should all be wiped out. I mean, I cannot, like, I can't feel superior because I'm part of this race that does shit like this.
I know, and I understand that. I just watched it for the theme of, because that was at the point where I got really fucking just full of cynicism towards reality shows, and dear God, this is so staged. And I like watching Pawn Stars still, even though I know that show's staged every second. But again, that show is just about showing you cool stuff in the end, so I can let it pass. This is just purposely trying to be a train wreck on television, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not saying, oh yeah, I watched it, I'm the shit. Part of me is ashamed, but at least I'm honest enough to admit it.
Yeah, well, I watch more realistic reality shows like Ghost Hunters. I
want you to do it.
No, that's Ghost Adventures.
Oh, I'm sorry. I they all are the fucking same to me. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, Ghost Hunters on Sci-Fi is a better show.
It is. I'll admit.
Because they treat it like they're like, you know, they're these guys were originally plumbers. Actually, I think they still are. And they
get a side job.
Yeah, it's like a side job, and they treat it just like plumbing, except they video it for a show, and they kind of behave that way, and they very rarely have done anything really stupid. And they even like disprove a lot of stuff, and they sometimes even walk away going, you know, this place isn't haunted. You got electrical problems.
Good thing we basically tricked an entire film crew to follow us.
Yeah, I know. Well, then, you know, that's the thing. And then Ghost Adventures, they will find anything, anywhere. And and they even have this meter. I'm not sure how this thing works, this Mel meter, which translates ghost talk as something. Like, they like walk around, ask questions like you see people do. But instead of like going back and reviewing the tape, it instantly translates what a ghost is saying.
Oh yeah, that proves it's all real.
Yeah, it's like I'm sorry, time out. I need 5 minutes for you to explain how that thing works.
Yeah, the scripted shows on your same channel have more credibility than this, and we at least know that's fiction, or at least they know it's fiction.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, Ghost Adventures, I'm sorry. I mean, that's something they wouldn't even done on the real Ghostbusters cartoon. Because it would be too unbelievable.
I know. Because I can only watch those shows for so long. I got sick of them. I got really sick of them when Cartoon Network did one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cartoon Network did one. Back when they forgot that the word cartoon is in their name.
Yeah, and my sister treated that shit like cocaine, and it was a gateway drug. She watches all of these ghost shows now. I swear to God, if she knew how to do it, she would protest to bring that show back. Like, you know, I got Firefly and Stargate. She has the other siders.
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
Just let that sink in, I guess. But anyway, back to
what were we talking about?
We kind of talked about Guy Pearce. I really don't remember much about the character, and I'm not going to read up more of it to sound smart. Who he's playing. However,
no. It's too late to sound smart. We've kind of passed that point.
Good point. And speaking of questionable everything, Ben Kingsley, who has made questionable, he was in a Uwe Boll movie. So
he was in a what?
He was in a movie by Uwe Boll.
Oh yeah, the Blood Rain.
I think it was Blood Rain.
There's been 3 or 4 of those things. Can you believe it?
Yes. Me and my friends rent them, and those are easy to just watch, ironically, and riff there.
Well, watching a movie and in that kind of context is fine. Oh,
But back to it.
Yeah.
He's still in final talks, so it's not entirely official yet. Rumors are saying he might play the Mandarin, even though Shane Black, who's still directing it, says he has no interest in doing the character, only because he still finds him to be a racist caricature, which he was back then, kind of is now.
Yeah, well, he's very tricky to do and not do racist. You have to be really delicate with this character. Because he was kind of a Fu Manchu character.
He was no, it wasn't kind of. He was literally written as that. They fully admitted.
Yeah, and hey, it was cool in the early '60s to do that. Apparently, we could just get away with it, and this was also, keep in mind, the time when like there would be like it was just normal for like white actors to play Asian characters like that. Like, like Charlie Chan and Fu Manchu. Christopher Lee played Fu Manchu.
To bring up my addiction to Doctor Who, the Talons of Wei Chiang, the main character named Chang Hung is obviously played by a white actor who's... it's really bad watching it because, okay, we have this guy who's obviously a white man playing an Asian guy, and even the doctor's saying, like, yellow face to him.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
And to be fair, it fits because he's just blending in with the culture. It was a Victorian London piece. They would talk like that. It's still weird. That's like the little disclaimer I say, because it is one of the best stories of definitely Tom Baker's era. But I do warn you, if you're a little uneased by racist slurs...
Which you should be.
But even because, again, in the context, even when they wrote it, it made sense. They were in the right time period to do it. It's still a little awkward. I'm not going to lie. Even if you're in the right context. But anyway, back to this. And again, we'd have Ben Kingsley playing a character who is, in the comics at least, Asian. And last time I checked, Ben Kingsley isn't that. Unless he's British, so that counts for everything.
For some reason, if you're British, you can play other nationalities. For some reason, you can. Anytime I see anything that takes place in ancient Greece, it's Brits. I don't know why.
Hell, let's just pick up the big geek one, Jean-Luc Picard, who was French, played by the most English man ever.
Case in point. And one of my favorite examples is the Hammer film, Curse of the Werewolf. And it takes place in Spain, but everyone's British. And this is the best part. Everyone, like, it takes place in sort of, I think, kind of the I can't remember. I think it's the 1870s or something like that. It was definitely 19th century. It takes place. So they're dressed like, it's like everybody in Spain is dressed like, that kind of era. And their features are darkened, with makeup, and they all have dark hair.
At least they were smart enough to do that, I guess.
Yeah, and they have Spanish clothing, but they still have their accents, their British accents. It's funny as hell because they're saying things. Because it's the thing. They still say "señor" to each other, and they're dressed like that. And oh hello, señor.
Yeah,
we're going to have a siesta this evening.
Bring the salsa and the burritos.
Yes, I'm quite Spanish.
Oh, and then Sean Connery appears.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's a good movie, but boy, that really takes you out of the film. They shouldn't say "senior" at all if they're going to do the act. If they are only going to do their British accents, they are not allowed to say "senior."
I know. I'm pretty sure I could relate that back to something I've seen, but it'd be Doctor Who again, and I think I'm talking too much about that.
Yeah. Well, this is back in the old days where they didn't give a shit.
The worst I got is like in Unearthly Child when they meet cavemen, they have perfect sounding English voices.
True.
But again, that didn't bother me as much as the fact that their clothing's amazingly stitched.
Yeah. Although, hey, I've seen much worse cavemen
Yeah, there
movies
have
from
been
that
worse. That's the
period.
other thing in my mind. Like I've seen awful cavemen.
Oh, I love. I've seen movies like Teenage Caveman where they have like, they have stereotypical caveman clothes, but their hair's all slicked back, 50 style.
So that was the news, I think. I think.
Didn't we have a Batman story or something?
Not at the end of this one. It's unless you've thought of something, because
Oh, I thought we had one. This is the Bat Freak. That's what this link is.
you
They're
clicked
gonna.
something by mistake.
Well, there is that one story. If you don't mind me throwing this on.
Oh, you know what? At this point, I don't think it matters. So go for it.
Okay. There is news that the Dark Knight trailer will be aired in front of the Avengers movie.
Oh yeah, that. I don't really get insane about those announcements. I wait to see if I go to the movie, which I'm sure I will for Avengers.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not even sure why this is news. I've seen people do videos about it, and it's like,
I
well,
know that was the thing. Like, I don't like
it's
doing that.
but it's like, yeah, it's a comic book movie that's coming out this summer that's going to be a big hit, and obviously you're going to put it in front of the other comic book movies that are coming. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, no shit. Also, the film will be in English. That's also another
It was
news story that
also
came out.
filmed on film.
That's right. They didn't. They decided not to do the Dark Knight Rises in Esperanto. They decided to go with the traditional American English.
I can see Nolan trying to do that.
Oh man, can you imagine if he did this film in Esperanto?
I don't know much about Esperanto, so like, it's just gonna come out gibberish no matter what to me. But still,
Yeah.
it sounds like it'd be hilarious. Uh, uh, I I did see that, and again, I don't get hyped up of, oh yeah, it'll be here. Like, I'm probably not even gonna see a movie. Avengers, I will, of course, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just movies like I remember, what was it, Harry Potter, when they had like that prelude for Dark Knight Rises,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, oh, it's gonna be awesome. I'm like, I'm sure. I'm not seeing the movie, so have fun with that.
Yeah.
And knowing how they want to keep it a big secret, I'm never gonna see it on the internet easily. So
So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a non-story to me, but hey, that's great. I'll go to see the Avengers and I'll see a Dark Knight trailer. Probably a new trailer, right?
presumably, unless you know what, they're just gonna show a trailer to begins just to screw with you.
Yeah, I don't even care. It should no, it should be
Hell, that actually would work because
they should like colorize one of the old 40s cereals.
no, do that or with begin because I'm convinced no one remembers that fucking movie now.
Yeah.
It amazes me that because I literally brought it up a few weeks ago, and there's a movie called Batman Begins. Like, okay, you tell me you're joking. No, I have no idea what you're
No,
talking
no,
about.
no, 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 no. That's maybe not fair because you're talking about average people.
I know.
They don't, nobody I work with knows what a movie is after 5 years.
Oh yeah, the guy who says he's
They,
not opposed to fiction. That's right.
yeah, the average person doesn't fucking know anything. So
They know. They remember Batman and Robin, though. That's the thing that mystified me.
well, everybody remembers that.
I
I mean,
remember it as a kid, but mind you, I was a kid, so I actually liked watching it.
yeah, well, Batman and Robin is like, oh, geez, like Geraldo Rivera opening Alcohol.
Oh, that's one of my mom's favorite television moments of all time because my mom hates him with a fiery passion.
Yeah, I mean, you know about that. You weren't even born yet.
Yeah, because anytime
Because it was
TV
such a
Guide does like a special on ridiculous television moments, that's always in like the top five.
yeah, because it was such a stupid big clusterfuck moment of somebody like tripping over their own ego. Because I was one of those people who was caught up in it. I watched that whole thing, and then he opened it up and it was empty. That was hilarious.
I wish I was. When was this? In like 90? Was this past 93?
This earlier than '93. I think.
Oh, then I wouldn't be around at all to see it then.
This is '80s. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was around like when I was like 5, I'd probably watch it because when big news things like that happen, My mom used to pay attention. Now, if any big tragic thing happens, like if someone dies, no matter who it is, everyone I know gets sick of it.
Uh-huh.
Because, okay, fine, a couple days of mourning's fine. 2 months after the funeral, get a fucking life.
Yeah.
Please, just when Michael Jackson died, I will state this, and I will stand by this statement forever. When he died, I wasn't at all upset about his death, but the death that preceded it, like 3 days later, when Billy Mays passed away, that was the one where I felt a giant funeral was necessary. Because I have an ironic love for those acts. Like a lot of people who, love him in an ironic way. And when I was like, oh, who gives two shits? 3 days later, I find out Billy Mays dies. I shed one manly tear.
And you cleaned it up with some Billy Mays products.
Oh, thank God. I got some OxyClean. It stained my shirt somehow. Apparently, I cry blood. I have gotten that from time to time when they announce a trailer is going to be attached to a movie. Like, no, I'll wait for the trailer. For it to be online, because telling them to go to a movie seems like I'm stupidly falling for a trick and promoting a movie that they may not care about.
I'm the same way. I mean, if I was going to see the movie anyway, hey, that's awesome. But, I won't purposely see a movie, that they put the trailer on. I just won't do it.
I think I've told you that story about the guys who went to see the episode 2 trailer when I went to see Monsters, Inc. Did I ever tell you that story?
No, I don't think so.
This will be easy to tell, and at this point, who gives a shit if we're just talking? When I went to see Monsters, Inc., and mind you, this was like a week or two after it came out in theaters. I'm pretty sure this was definitely at least a week or two after we saw it in theaters. There was a couple guys in like Jedi robes, and they left after the trailer finished.
That's funny.
That is hilarious. And I'm just hoping, did they just like sneak in, or do they literally pay a ticket? I'm hoping they paid a ticket.
Well, they had to have paid it. I mean, you can't sneak in dressed like that.
You'd be fucking amazed.
You'd be the worst usher in the world.
That was my movie theater, like this movie theater for a while. It had some of the worst ushers who did not give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be shocked if if one of them dressed up like Darth fucking Maul, I wouldn't be surprised. And let's face it, you can't miss that. Not because you recognize it, because of how it looks.
Now, when these guys were leaving, were they saying to each other, "Oh, this one's going to be good"?
For all I know, probably. Like I said, this was in 2001, and let's see. What was Duke like that long ago? Oh, yeah, I was 8 and had an awful memory.
Oh, wow, you were 8.
Yeah, I was about 8. I still find that funny because I didn't understand that around that time, and then it finally clicked a few years ago. I was like, oh, that's sad. and it's not just because I'm going to go on the record as saying I don't hate the prequels. They're okay. Some of them they're all heavily flawed in ways, but I don't flat out hate them, so get off me. But really, to do that at all is just fucking ridiculous. And this was, we didn't have YouTube, yeah. If anyone does this now, you're an idiot. Because, again, YouTube, it'll be there soon. Afterwards. So back then it kind of makes a little sense because the internet wasn't as it was at that stage where you couldn't find everything, just like general stuff that you know what I mean, like stuff wasn't posted a millisecond after it happened. We were at that early little infant stage, so yeah. So should we get to our normal promotional stuff?
Sure.
Well, you could check us both out on Twitter and Tumblr. Links in the description where we talk about stuff, comic-related stuff, personal life, yelling at shit.
Yeah, we yell at shit.
Yeah, we love the third one the most. We love doing it on this show too, but it's a lot more hilarious in text form because you can imagine us doing whatever voice you want. And I really wish I didn't have to say this again, but about the podcast thing, I'm still behind on getting the other ones up. This weekend for sure.
At this point, can you just say fuck it and just
I don't
put
want
the next
to.
one up?
I probably might. If I don't do it this weekend, I'll just put up this one and you people will live. But I will try my best to do a mega post to get it all back up. And if any of you have no idea what we're talking about, potomatic.com is where you can find our podcast along with JMC Chat. If you want to find us on iTunes, type in Comic News or JMC Chat, and we should come up. The thing is, I don't know how many people actually do download the podcast in any form. I only know like 2 people. And one of them said he admitted it. He only listens to it to skip out on English class. So
yeah,
screw words. And
ruin your education with us.
Yeah. And you know what? I since we obviously have the time, last week I threw a challenge to you people about what is less likely to happen to come out before the Red Knight trade comes out.
Yeah, I read a few of those.
Yes. To the guy who said a Green Lantern sequel, how dare you?
I can get that out before then.
Yeah, that's my outrage, not the fact that you are assuming it'll never happen. Jerk. But let's see. Let me. I had it up earlier. Let me try and see if you up that. Try and find one that you can remember or you're looking at right now.
I can't remember any of them. Hey, what do you think is going to get to the theaters first? Green Lantern 2 or Ghostbusters 2? 3?
Well, Green Lantern 2 is so behind, they're just going to release Ghostbusters 2 to taunt it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like, ha ha ha, this film is unfunny, and it's still out.
Take that. I'm looking.
You know, Ghostbusters 2 is really unfunny.
I think you've made that point before.
Yeah, I like to make it often. It's really bad. And I do like, every once in a while people go, no, it was really good. It's like, oh yeah, that's why everyone never quotes it. Everybody quotes the first one, and I never hear anybody like quote the second one, like how great that one is. Like, I think maybe when you were 3, you saw the movie and really liked it, and then you just always went with that. Like, yeah, it's really good.
I could have sworn there were 2 more, but I'm not finding any comments right now.
What's that?
I'm trying to find more, like, examples, but I can't find any more for some reason.
Oh, well. Fuck it. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Promote your things.
My things are great.
They are.
They are. The Red Knight comic book. You can check it out and order it here. Visit the Facebook page and favorite. You can check out all the updates. Issue 4 is coming out in July. And you can also pick up Caprice and Other Stories. It's my novella horror short stories starring Caprice. And I think that's it.
There is one comment here. I'm looking as you said that. Someone, because we were confused on who Madam X was.
Yes, someone answered that.
No, they didn't answer it. They simply stated, make sure you have a safe search on Google because fucked up shit comes up when you type in Madam X if you don't.
Fucked up shit happens when you type anything.
Yeah, but he said with a safe search, it's less likely to happen.
You ever do a word search on, I don't know if you ever go on DeviantArt too often, but
I used to.
Anytime you look up anything, it's like, on that first page, like, oh, well, I wasn't really looking for that. But actually, it's so funny. Every time now I just go on DeviantArt, it's always like, penis! Like front page. Because I'm listed as an adult, so I can just look at all the things. It's like, man, I see a penis like every other day. Let's see. Well, I just went to their page and no penis.
Oh no.
There's an underage girl posing, and there's 2 anime characters spanking each other. So
that's not as bad as a penis, right?
Yeah, I mean it's standard. This is okay. It's not as graphic.
You sound upset. That worries me.
Let's see. Let me refresh the page. Oh, there's a naked woman. That's good. And this is another naked woman, but it's so close. Yeah, that's a naked woman.
This is my co-host, everybody.
I mean, it's like, geez, I'm not even looking for anything. And here it is.
You have a strong point. You don't even need to look. You don't even need to put effort into it anymore. You just have to go to the right place. And
I mean, why doesn't DeviantArt just change its name to penisesandfurries.com? Because that's all I fucking see on that website.
Someone probably already has the rights to it.
Oh, man. But let's see. That's it. I don't have anything else to joke about.
Yes, that is what we're ending on. Thanks, Manos. We ended on the strongest of... I don't want to say that talking about penises. So, until next time, I'm Duke.
And I'm the real Manos.
Bye.